This video, I'm going to be going over the UCLA offense in college football 26. This is an offense that's going to have one of the best plays in college football and in Madden every single year, and you can build an entire offensive scheme around this play. Now, if you want to check out more about this offense, it's going to be in my school community over at school.com/Cody Ballard. I'll put a link to that in the description. For $10, you get access to all of my offensive, defensive ebooks, all of my mini schemes, everything that you need to win more games. So if you guys want to check that out, again, that link is going to be in the description below. And we're going to be talking today about the UCLA offense. This offense has a lot of really kind of cool shotgun-based type of formations as we're kind of going through here. But what makes this offense super, super good is that it actually has one of the better gun bunches in the game. And this doubles off close, by the way. Super great little mini scheme. I'm going to set some audibles here. We're going to put the RPO read bubble in here. Always good to have an RPO. I like to have a buck sweep or outside zone. Either way, maybe even put both of them in there. But this is a nice little mini scheme. Have some really nice stock routes within it. Another thing that I like to look for whenever I'm putting a mini scheme together in some of these like kind of off outside of your main formations, I love to look for like bubblegum stuff like the jet touch pass, looking for any kind of like fake jet pass power. You know, now we got a little bit of a nice kind of mini scheme. I'm going to have a pass that kind of looks exactly the same. Let's see if I can find it. I'm sure they have a fake jet pass. Do they not have one? Okay, I guess they don't. So anyway, PA goes slot cross, really unique crossing route. Got to plug my controller in here. Been playing a ton of this game. And then if you wanted to throw a little RPO in here, you could always throw an RPO or just a basic play that you could then create. Like slot fade has a really cool post to the tight end. So just looking for stuff like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and get over into the mainstays of this scheme. You do have the Y off trips. The beauty of this Y off trips is you have the play RPO read Y flat. You also have an inside zone. You have a really good four verticals play and PA double post with a short post on the outside. On the Y off trips weak here, you have some cool stuff you can do with motion. The wing trips, one of the more underrated formations in the game. You have really nice four verticals out of this. You have halfback base, which is a good run pretty much every single year. And then you also have kind of some other stuff that you can kind of build around a little bit here. You got a couple runs that are really good. This goal line fork zig has a really unique route. You probably throw that in play. And then, stick is just a great, got a great speed flat slant route that you could turn into something. You could potentially try out maybe 619 sail or any of these other plays, but the bunch is why we are here, and the bunch is really, really good. So what we're going to take a look at here in this bunch is these are kind of the base plays that I like. Clear out, SE out. I like to have a run just in case they're giving me an obvious look to run the ball. I'll put a base in here, but really we're in this playbook for this play right here. Clear out, SE out. But this playbook also offers a really unique, really, really good bunch. This is kind of more of an old school type of bunch. You have old school verts. You have bunch trail with the big boy post on the left side. You have clear out, SE out with the stock fades on both sides that you can kind of build around that. And then the other thing that you have in here, you actually have a halfback sweep, which is not terrible by any means. But one of the plays that you have is you have this bunch sail, and this is the play that I'm going to talk about a little bit that I think needs more love, is deep attack. This play is really good. And the reason why this play is really good because this post is going to do a really, really good job of being able to consistently beat man coverage for you. And when you're running bunch, if you can have a really good threat on that isolation receiver side, it really does make the offense significantly better. So what I like to do with this play is I'm just going to drag the tight end. I'm going to streak the slot receiver, and then I'm going to return route this outside receiver. You see, this is kind of what it looks like. It's a simple high-low read in the middle of the field, and we are going to just read this left to right. So we're going to look to the drag. As you see right there, that drag just pops open really nicely against man-to-man. And then I'll set the play up here real quick, and then we'll take a look at this against man coverage on the post. So the thing about the post is you're going to consistently get this really nice inside positioning right there against man coverage. And this is really not necessarily, like, it doesn't really matter if they're in cover one or if they're in cover two man under. So I'm going to shade it inside. And what you'll see here is we have a pretty good chance for this post to pop open. You see how he gets that sharp cut there. We didn't quite get the separation I wanted. And I will say the best chance they have at bagging that post is, of course, 2 men under, because you have the inside route commit, the inside shade. That's super helpful. But you will see this post pop open against man coverage. You'll see here if he gets a win animation like right there, kind of got that to a degree. Of course, we're not gonna. The game's just not gonna let us be great, I guess. But anyway, if that's not open, you can progress to other stuff. So the thing I like about that post is if they're not in 2 man under, the post is pretty much always going to be there. And I'll show you some stuff you can do against 2 men under if they are doing that. But like the return route, great little check down route right in the middle of the field. So you just have some really nice routes that can get open against 2 men under. Let's see if we can take a look here. Just try to throw this post one more time for you. You see this time we're able to get that inside position and we're able to throw it. So basically, if he gets inside position, I mean, it's just golden. But what this play is amazing against, in my opinion, too, is so it gives you some man beating capabilities, but it also gives you zone beating capabilities. And the way you're going to do this is you're high-lowing this left side. So your first read's always going to be kind of that quick drag. But look at that post coming underneath of the zone coverage. What's nice about having that clear out route is that clear out route is going to do a really good job of being able just to clear space for the post. And then that post can be thrown against pretty much everything. It's very difficult to defend this post without a user or a switch stick. So you see how I can just throw this kind of right underneath that quarter really nicely in that pocket of the field. And so that's going to force, some type of adjustment, right? Some type of adjustment, not exactly sure, what they might do. One of the best things they can honestly do is go ahead and go into a cover 2. And the reason why is because that mid read will play it fairly okay. But as you see here, one of the things they did in this game to make cover 2 a little bit more, I guess, usable is they make the mid reads match the seam streaks. So what you'll see is this mid read will match this seam streak. So it clears it out perfectly, and then you can throw this kind of in this little soft spot right there. So that's why I love this play, because this is just a very unique route. Like, this is not, if you take a look here, if I were to put him on a hot routed post, it's really a slightly different deal, and it's not going to run as clean as the deep attack post does. See how it's a little deeper? It's a little bit more towards the safeties. So this post, I think, is super unique and super valuable, super effective. So anyways, you'll see here, the other thing about it is if they go up to the post with their user, then you can check down to that little return route. So this is just all around one of my favorite plays in the game. Now, the other thing that you have within this formation is you do have the play clear out, SE out with this really nice fade on the right-hand side. So what I like to do with this play is we're just going to corner route this slot receiver. We're going to stem this corner route down at least one time, and then I like to re-streak the tight end, and I'm going to drag my solo receiver. So you see this is what the play looks like, and essentially what we're looking for here is we're looking for this clear out bomb to get over the top, and we got kind of bumped there as we threw it. I'll show you some other stuff that you can do as well that I think is pretty good. Let's try this clear out bomb one more time. And obviously if the clear out bomb's not there, the corner route will be, so we can talk through that as well. Let's just see if we can get the bomb aspect to work. So you see how he kind of gets on top of that quarter, and then the outside quarter is not really there. If we get a better throw, that's going to be a touchdown. I'll show you some other stuff. I'll try this one more time, and then we'll talk about some other routes that are really cool out of this playbook. So you'll see here, once he kind of gets even with the safety, a lot of times you could just throw this to the right side. The tight end is not helping his cause here. Let's actually do it like this. Let's put the slot receiver on a streak, and let's put the tight end on the corner. So we'll do a little kind of problem solving here. But you'll see now, you see how that safety gets just a little bit more inside. I'll tell you what, the 2-man sheds in practice mode off contains are really going crazy here. So I'll show you another way that you could do it. So another way you could do the same kind of idea is just streak the tight end, slot fade the slot receiver, stem him up at least once, maybe twice, and then corner out the outside guy, stem him all the way down. So you see this is kind of what the play looks like, and then you can go with the backside drag. And what you'll see is against cover 4, that little slot fade is going to really get outside of that quarter, and that outside corner just doesn't play him. And so you have the potential to hit that over the top for a one-play score. I'll show you that one more time. We'll just stem him up once this time. And then what I think is kind of cool with this formation, you could just motion the running back out, put him on a little drag. Now you got that on a deep attack because it's all just hot routes, right? So you see that's perfect. And let's just see if we can make a good throw. I'll tell you, the Ohio State quarterback is not ideal. It might be the last time he makes an appearance in one of my videos, but I mainly wanted to do this because having Jeremiah Smith on the ISO side is really, really good in this game. So, anyways, that is kind of some methods to bombing coverages. I really like this one right here. I think this right here is pretty decent. This should bomb cover 3. I'm going to check it. I don't know for sure off the top of my head. I can't remember if this actually does bomb cover 3 or not. I think it does because you have that seam streak to kind of clear it out, but it's kind of a tight throw. So don't love that. But what you can do to bomb cover 3 in this game is you're going to use a comeback route. So we're talking about that outside leverage type stuff. So what we're able to do here on the left is if we go back to clear out SE out, we're just going to streak the slot receiver. We're going to comeback route this outside receiver. And then really what I like to do on this play is just a simple running back option route, like a little option route over the middle here. Totally botched the, there we go, option route. But essentially what we're going to do, we have kind of like 4 verticals. But what's nice is watch this tight end route. It's just going to be a nice deep post. And you see how it kind of splits the cover 3. The main thing you really need for the cover 3 bomb is really the comeback paired with the post and the streak. So I'll show that real quick. So if we wanted to, the other thing that we could do is we could run a play like this where we go a little bit more balanced play where we're going to drag the tight end, post the slot receiver, and then we're going to come back route this outside guy. And then you got to just stem this post up, something like that. Now you can block a running back, and you see how that guy bites, and then you're able to hit this in that little soft spot of the defense. So a lot of really good plays like this. But one of the main reasons why I absolutely love this specific bunch is because of the play bunch trail. It has a deep, big boy post that you really can't hot route anymore. And this is really helpful for being able to attack any kind of cover 2 coverage. So all I do from a hot route perspective on this play is I normally will go ahead and stem this corner all the way down. And then I pretty much quick snap this. But what we're really looking for is we're just looking for this post to kind of split the safeties. Look at this quarterback. I'm not even kidding you. He is off the squad. We might be. You will probably never see. I don't like Ohio State in general. The only player I like on Ohio State is Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs. So don't love that. Don't love that. But anyway, let's see here. The post will actually run his route. Another overthrow. Bro. Oh my gosh. We'll show it to you one more time. Good old overthrows, man. You got to love it. But what's really interesting about this cover 2 beater is if you wait on the deep half will kind of fan outside. The mid read kind of gets stuck in the sauce, and then you're able to split the safeties, as you can see right here. So the only real thing that can, I guess, get in the way of this is a soft squat. So if they do soft squat on the right side, sometimes the soft squat will match. We'll see if he actually does here, but you see how he matches him, but he's super behind. I don't know how. Maybe 3-3 stack is the move on defense. I don't know how those 2 defensive ends are causing so much problems for me. Well, let's just really have a strong pocket presence. But you see here, like he's there. I just gotta. I'm like actually worried about the pass rush, which is crazy to say in this game. Okay. Let's see if we can hit this for you one more time. So again, the main thing I just want to show is that the soft squat doesn't really, like he runs with him, but he's way behind him. And so he's not going to really cover him. So you'll see here, see how the post runs really, really well there. That time the deep half, Caleb Downs kind of went crazy. So if you ever get that right there, that's why I was kind of setting that up. So if you ever get any issues like that against cover 2, what I like to do, just a simple solution, is just take the running back and put him on a wheel route, okay? And then now what's going to happen is now you're going to get that deep half is going to get pulled by the wheel, and then you're going to really get a clean split of those safeties. Another great thing, if you want to, is put him on a wheel route and then motion him out. So if you want to motion him out as well, that is also a really, really nice option. You're going to see this wheel route really does a pretty good job against cover two. You'll see how he kind of like gets on that cloud like that. The other thing that will happen is the wheel route will get matched. So if I'm ever putting the running back on the wheel, I normally will re-drag like the slot receiver, and then I'll corner out the outside guy like this. And the reason why I like to do that is because watch this cloud. He's going to get pulled super far back, and then I can just throw this easy drag over the middle of the field. So that's another great feature just in terms of being able to attack cover two. If you do leave the running back in and they do go cover two sink, what normally will happen here is the soft squat will take the running back, and then the post will be really open because, again, that deep half has to respect the wheel. And you see how we're able to kind of pop cover two within a bunch formation, which really haven't seen much this year, honestly. So anyways, that is, I think, one of the best plays in this playbook. Another good play in here is bunch verts. What makes bunch verts really good is the crosser, the wheel routes, of course, and then you have like a speed in. You don't have to make any adjustments. You just snap the ball. This running back speed in is really good. The reason I like the running back speed in, and I think you need to have something like that in your arsenal, is honestly for two-man under, because what typically happens in two-man under is it can be kind of difficult to attack two-man under if they get a good press. And so what you're able to do is you're able to hit, your running back route pretty consistently against a defense like that. So I love verticals. Another element of verticals that I think is really, really good is just where you can throw, like if they just where you can throw like the tight end. So the tight end, you can actually throw this with just passing inside, aggressive catch it right into a very soft spot, as you can see of the defense right there. And then the other thing that I'll do, again, I'll mix this in. I don't run this a ton, but I will definitely mix this in, is if I'm ever, running up against a lot of man-to-man, one of the things I like to do is motion the running back out, stem this route all the way down so they can't press him, but it's a speed in. And then what you'll see is he just gets a nice sharp cut. He's able to beat the man coverage. And the other route that we didn't really touch on yet that's really good against man coverage this year, especially cover two man, is this crosser. This crosser is going to do a really, really good job of being able just to get inside separation. So you see how he just kind of gets, even though I shaded inside and kind of created a cover two man, he's able to just get that inside separation and consistently be open against cover two man like that. So that's why I love the play bunch verticals. There's also so many other good plays in here, man. Deep attack. You've got this deep flood play, which you can kind of build around that play as well. But anyway, there's just so many good plays in this UCLA playbook. I really like this this mesh spot play as well. We didn't really talk about flooding the right side. I just feel like because it's kind of basic into the game here. But I mean, I'm telling you right now, just a simple corner drag combination, just like this. I mean, this is just so simple, but darn is it effective in this year's game. And then if you do get a good animation, you can actually get this over the top. For some reason we're kind of failing on it, but anyway, you do have mesh spot here. Mesh spot is a pretty cool play. If you see, you got a little bit more of an exaggerated tight end wheel, so it kind of gets a little wider. I do think wheel routes are actually really good in this year's game. The wheel route on the left side is really good. If you wanted to kind of mix that wheel route in, I'll tell you, like these wheel routes, guys, they're really, really good. Watch them cut inside, and you can just aggressive catch them, kind of like almost like Madden 22. But anyway, that's something to look at. I'm gonna try the clear out bomb one more time because I don't know why it's not working. I think it might be the quarterback, honestly, but let's just see if we can get it right here. End on a good play, and there we go. We finally get the clear out bomb. He still throws it slightly behind him, but we're able to get the big hitter. Anyways, this is the UCLA offense, at least a little bit of it. If you guys want to check out any of my full scheme stuff, it's in our school community, school.com/Cody Ballard. That link is going to be in the description down below.